Hello, everybody. Welcome to this fifth masterclass. Today, we will be covering the pronunciation of regular verbs in past tense. Okay, let me go ahead and share my screen with you. Here we go. All right, past simple pronunciation of ed. This is the guide to how to pronounce verbs in past tense, but the regular ones. Remember, guys, that the past simple for verbs in past tense, if they are regular, we just add the ed. The irregular ones, we have to memorize them. There's no way because they follow no pattern, let's say, for the past tense. So we have to memorize them. But the regular ones all end in ed. All right, it says here, remember the past simple form. For regular verbs, as I just told you, we add ed to the base form. What I mean by the base form is like the verb without any changes. The verb as in an infinitive form, like eat, pray, walk, just the simple form or the base form. That is like the infinitive. For example, play is a regular verb. So to make the past tense, we just add ed and we have played. They played a game. Enjoy plus ed, enjoyed. She enjoyed the film. For regular verbs ending in E, in the letter E, we just need to add the D because we already have the D. So, we just need to add the D. For example, dance. The last letter is E, so we just need a D. Danced, past tense. He danced all night. Close plus D, closed. I closed the door. Guys, I don't know if I told you before or if not, take note please. This word close can be pronounced in two different ways. When close works as an adjective, we pronounce it with an S, close. And close means like near, like the church is close to the supermarket. La iglesia está cerca del supermercado. So when close means cerca or near, we pronounce it close with an S. However, when close is working as a verb, we pronounce this S as Z, as a Z. Close, closed. I closed the door. Right. This ED, guys, in past tense has three different pronunciations. So the ED for the verb in past, the regular ones, not always sound the same. It has three different pronunciations. So, and if there is a rule for each one of those pronunciations, let's go over rule number one. Rule number one applies to verbs which last sound is t or d, not the letter, the sounds. Remember, guys, we study pronunciation in English with the sounds, not the letter. So, if the last sound in the verb in present is t or d, the ed in the past tense is gonna sound id, like a new syllable, id, with a short I, id. I'm gonna read these sentences for you and give you time so you can repeat them. Number one, she accepted the prize. Number two, he voted for her at the election. Number three, she invented a new machine. 4, the dog guarded the house. 5, he waited for a long time. 6, you decided to live. Okay, let me pronounce just the verbs for you. Accepted, voted, invented, guarded, waited, decided. That was rule number one. When the last sound of the base verb is t or d. When a verb ends in t or d, pronounce ed as id. In this case, ed is a separate syllable. Listen and repeat. 1a, paint. Paint one wall. B, painted. I painted one wall. Remember also, guys, that most Americans, unless they are from the Northeast, they can also pronounce this as painted. Remember, they drop the sound of the T and they may say painted, and it's okay too. It's very regular, it's very normal. So you may also hear, I painted one wall. 2a, want. I want a piece. B, wanted or wanted. I wanted a piece. Or I wanted a piece. 3a, need. I need it now. Remember, T and D between vowel sounds, they turn into an R, so this is why it sounds needed. I need it now. B, needed. I needed it yesterday. 4a, decide. Don't decide today. B, decided. I decided today. Let's practice. Here we have 6 different sentences. So I'm going to read them for you, and I'm going to give you some time for you to repeat them. Number 1. He wanted a new bike for his birthday. Or, he wanted a new bike for his birthday. Number 2. The film ended at 11 o'clock. 3. The exam started at exactly 3:30. 4. The holiday included a free hour around London. Let me say that again for you guys, sorry. The holiday included a free tour around London. Number 5. She treated her children to an ice cream. Okay, in this case, treated is like invited. It means the same. O sea, ella le compró o invitó a sus niños a un helado. 6. He counted the money twice. Or he counted the money twice. Remember, we can say counted, counted, wanted, or wanted, and they are completely fine. Okay, let's go now to rule number 2. Now, when the verbs in present, let's say, or in base form, end in voiceless sounds. What are voiceless sounds? Sounds that when we make them, when we produce them, the vocal cords don't vibrate. And these sounds are p, f, s, sh, ch, and k. Remember, that's sounds, not the letters. So whenever the verb in simple form or in base form ends in these sounds, then the ed of the past simple, yes, is gonna sound t, just as the letter T. T. I'm gonna repeat them or read them, and then you are gonna repeat after me. I'll give you some time. Number 1, she walked through the forest. Number 2, they crossed the busy road carefully. Number 3, he announced the news to everyone. Number 4, she punished her child for lying. Number 5, we reached the top of the mountain. 6. She kicked the ball. Okay, let me go ahead and pronounce just the verbs for you to listen again. Walked, crossed, announced, punished, reached, and kicked. All of them end in t. The ed is going to sound t. Okay. Verbs ending in voiceless consonants. When a verb ends in a voiceless consonant, except for t, because t is also a voiceless consonant. If you pronounce t and you put a couple of fingers here in your throat, you're going to notice that it doesn't vibrate when you go with t. So, for all the voiceless consonants, ed is going to sound as t, as we have been said before. And voiceless consonants include p, k, f, s, sh, and ch. Listen and repeat. 1A, kiss. Did you kiss me? B, kissed. I kissed you before. 2A, walk. I'll walk alone. B, walked. I walked alone. Kissed, walked. We're going to do more practice here with this second rule. We have 6 more sentences here. I'm going to pronounce them first and give you some time to go over and pronounce it after me. 1. They danced around the room. 2. She stopped at the side of the road. 3. The baby coughed all night. 4. Mike washed his car yesterday. 5. The family watched a documentary. 6. When she was a child, Megan liked spending time at the beach. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pronounce just the verbs by themselves. Danced, stopped, coughed, washed, watched, liked. Now, when people talk, the pronunciation is really quick. So I'm going to pronounce it now like in slow motion, like in cámara lenta. For example, they danced around. So the T gets together with the A. They danced around. Number 2, she stopped at. Number 3, the baby coughed all night. Mike washed his car yesterday. The family watched a documentary. When she was a child, Megan liked spending. Light. The verb liked in past tense sounds just like light. Like turn off the light. Megan liked. Exactly. All right. And let's go over the last rule. The last rule is rule number 3, and it's for the rest of the consonant sounds plus the vowel sounds, the ed is gonna sound as d. What are the other sounds? Well, consonants like L, N, M, G, Z, all those consonants plus the vowel sounds, or those are voiced. Your vocal cords vibrate when you pronounce them. So for the rest of the sounds at the end of the verb in present, when we put them in past simple, the ed is gonna sound do. Okay, let me go ahead and pronounce these 6 sentences for you, and I'll give you time for you to say them too. Number 1, Sam enjoyed his English lessons. Number 2, James and Sophie called their mother on her birthday. Number 3, the dog played in the garden. Number 4, the wind damaged the roof of the building. Number 5, he cleaned the house yesterday. Number 6, David used eggs and cream to make the cake. Okay, let me go ahead and just pronounce the verbs for you. Enjoyed, called, played, damaged, cleaned, used. So as I told you before, the voiced consonants, except for the, we're going to pronounce the ed as the. We're going to listen and repeat. Number 1, call. Did you call me? B, called. Yes, I called you. 2A, believe. I believe in him. B, believed. I believed in him. Called you. Believed in. I called you. I believed in him. So we put the sounds together. Remember the linking of the sounds? Called you. Believed in him. And all the vowel sounds are voiced. 2, when you pronounce any vowel sound in English, your vocal cords are going to vibrate. So any verb that in present ends in a vowel sound, the ed in the past tense regular form is going to sound d. For example, 1A, play. Did you play drums? B, played. No, I played piano. 2A, show. I'll show it to you. B, showed. I showed it to you. Okay, as I said before too, T and D between vowel sounds are going to sound like an R. So these sounds, I showed it. I showed it to you. I showed it to you. Here we have this D between two vowel sounds, so it's going to sound like an R. In present, or well, this is future, I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you. However, in past tense, I showed it to you. Showed it. Okay, now you have time to practice your pronunciation. I'm going to give you some time for you to read the sentences. Please pause this recording and try to read the sentences to see how will you pronounce these verbs. Remember, pause the recording, pronounce the sentences, and then I'm going to record them so you can check them out. Number 1, he walked around the park. She stared at the computer. We listened to the teacher. The student cheated on the test. He decided to take a vacation. You introduced your friend to everyone. Okay, number 1, walked. 2, stared. 3, listened. 4, cheated. 5, decided. 6, introduced. Well, guys, thank you very much. I hope you understood the rules here of the pronunciation. If you have any other questions or comments, please, I'm open to listen to you. Reach me at my account in Gmail, or you can also contact me through the chats in WhatsApp. Alrighty, see you soon. Have a good one. Bye bye.